Hello, what's up, everybody? How's it going this evening? Welcome. Going to be having some fun tonight, guys. Looking in for the first semi-final here in the 1400 bracket. Going to be very interesting to follow this set here. And first we have the draft. Also, this is the set between Scamaz and Geo. If you guys haven't seen it yet, home map selections were as follows. We have Arena Cove, Bog Delta, no problem, Funky, Shaded Ponds, and Lanes. So going to see a lot of hybrid maps this evening. Geo banned Shallow Sandwich, Scam as banned Nomad Hubs, Arena Cove and Bog Delta belong to Geo as home maps, and then Scam as has Shaded Ponds and Lanes as his home maps. And here with me this evening, Hitch, returning to the casting booth.
Good evening.
Hey, what's up? Holy shit, Kados. Oh no, Hitch. Resub and Hitch. Continuing that, the Master Streak over here, huh?
I do what I have to do.
Alright, and then for those who are wondering about the Civilization draft, here it is on the screen. So we're going to have Lithuanians being picked for Geo, but those were sniped. He will have Byzantines, Japanese, Berbers, Franks, Mayans, Ethiopians, and Burmese available. He also banned Persians. Geo's here today. Hey, hey. And then Scamaz picked Mongols, Italians, Malay, Britons, which were sniped, Malians, Khmer, Cumans, and Vietnamese. He also banned Portuguese. So, interesting draft given we have a lot of hybrid maps here. Kados is rooting for you, Geo. No worries. I must remain unbiased. But Hitch, are you ready to get these semifinals started off here?
Good question. Can you ever be ready?
Yes. I'm
Oh,
very
okay.
excited to get
In
the
that case,
semifinals.
I am ready.
All right. And in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Scamaz versus Geo. Game 1, Battlegrounds. Burmese for Geo. And Mongols for Scamaz. Burmese, I don't understand why we're seeing Burmese. In my opinion, they're not one of the greater civs in the game.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it before though, so clearly there's a reason. Some people are tempted into Burmese.
Yeah, Burmese is a
Okay.
very interesting pick on this map. I mean, obviously, if they have the chance to get to Rambai, that's quite nice, but we've seen unique units not work out so well on this map given the limited stone. Funky here says they should be a hard counter to Mongols. You think so?
They should get hard countered.
Oh yeah, get hard countered. Okay, I misread. Yeah, feels rough. Geo in chat saying his thoughts are Pike Siege Night Push.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what Geo has in plan. Looking at the map in broad strokes, so there were a lot of sheep on Geo's half. It doesn't look like he really got that many of the extra ones, but most of them were on the left side of the map, so it would have been good for him if it was a little more thorough on the scouting.
Yeah, and he's even missed 2 of his sheep in the south and in the north of his TC here. So, interesting. We'll see what happens with that. But Burmese, I mean, I wish Burmese were like a more popular civ. I think they have some unique things going on with them, especially with the Arambai. Just feel like they don't have much else going for them, so a little bit rough. But both players doing a good job with their scouting here, getting into the middle, trying to find all the resources they can. Scamaz with Mongols does have the better vision, so obviously his scouting is going to be a bit better, as the scouts will actually just cross paths here.
And the fight.
It's looking to be a pretty even fight. I think it would have come down to the last hit there. But
Yeah, but Scam looking to take the hill, perhaps. But where is this villager going for Geo? For Boar?
that'd be my only guess.
He, he almost found those sheep. Very, very bad luck with the sheep here.
Yeah, rough position for the sheep going all the way,
And
but he will be coming to get this boar. Hopefully he can get to it in time.
that is
Looks like
such a distant boar there.
Yeah, looks like Loom is in. Scamaz headed to the mid, going to take advantage of the Mongol hunt bonus. Yeah, Geo going out for another boar as well, so he's going to try to take as much of the center food back to his base as he can here. Interesting, he's already got some walls coming up as well. But both players being pretty safe here at home for the most part. I mean, Scamaz has moved out. He's moved out nice and early to the D area, which is obviously the big Mongol bonus here. So what do you think here as far as Mongols on this map now that we've seen them quite a few times, Hitch?
I think they're good. I think they're also better on other maps if you get them. So, I mean, it's not a ton of maps that Mongols are bad on, right? But I feel like if you're going for Mongols here, like Mott and Bailey, I think it's way better use for it. For example,
Yeah?
not that that's in this particular set.
Yeah, good job from Geo here to push a Vil away from the deer out here as well, creating a little bit of idle time. Yeah, Kato's saying that he loves how Geo's doing this. I mean, he definitely has a ton of experience on this map. I mean, being in two brackets, making it all the way to the semifinals into the 1400 bracket. I mean, he has played this map at least in tournament situations probably
Uh,
7, 8 times by now.
Something like that, definitely.
So he's definitely got a lot of experience on the map, and looking forward to seeing what he's got planned here with Burmese, honestly. Feudal Age is on its way for Geo earlier than it is with all the boar, and he's Scamaz sitting on a lot of food not yet clicked up.
I mean, it's going to be an FC from him, right?
I would imagine. I mean, he's about to go up here, sitting at a healthy
He,
Vil count.
oh, I mean, he has the Vills in the middle. He might be able to pull it off on food. Um, I'd love to see it. He's got 3 on gold, so it's got to be what it is.
Yep, Geo correcting my numbers. He's played this 6 times in tournament settings. Still, more than most by far. So, no one tell Exorcist if an FC works. I think Exorcist has been the most vocal about all these FCs that he's planning.
Oh, Barracks from Scamaz, so not just a straight FC then. Oh, I don't know. Might have been able to pull it off with the res he has, but of course the stable's coming up from Giovanni, so it'd be a risky move.
Geo getting the farm upgrade here for Horsecaller before dropping any farms, doing that very nicely. Still has some sheep, will drop a few farms as the time comes and need be. Vil's forward here though. And luckily Scamaz is leaving the middle here, so he sees Feudal Age for
Uh,
Geo and decides to save the Vils.
oh, he's already got a tower foundation down somewhere to.
Yeah, it's over
Where is
here
it?
on the hill
Oh,
by the gold.
oh, that's gonna be awkward.
I'd rather it be right on the stone, to be honest.
Yeah, might be better, but I mean, what's the scouting look like? I mean, he scouted the whole base. He knows what's there. It's
Yeah.
just it's gonna be awkward for this many villagers here. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, really loving the pressure that he's trying to put on here, though. Vil will die here. Scamaz going to pick off of Wallingville, but Scout is going to have to run.
Yeah, I don't object to the tower, Gio. I just think that where it's at.
Yeah, this position of the tower feels very
Then again, I
rough.
mean, it was a range from Scam, and he's on his way up. So uh, this just isn't going to work for Giovanni,
Yeah, tower
right? Like
is coming up for both
count,
now.
counter tower will be up first.
He will
I
have
mean,
the hill as an advantage here. Oh, he's pulling to fight the
uh,
spear.
that was a mistake. Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, I don't even know if this will go up now.
Yeah, this shouldn't go up, or if it goes up, it's going to be at such a cost to Geo.
It's gonna get it
First
up.
bill,
Microing well, hasn't lost a single
yeah.
Vil yet, but needs to pull back now. Will lose one.
Yeah, lost a Ville, so not nearly as bad as it could have been. But I think going behind for the hill just didn't work. I mean, maybe between the Golden Stone or a little back further, he could have denied them both without being so exposed. Going all the way around the base was just so hard.
Yeah, I mean, and I think if you would have dropped it on the stone, it would have ranged the stone and the gold both. Now the stone is rangeable here, so it's not quite as favorable. Good micro for
Uh,
both, though.
I'd like to see Geo microing this. There he goes against the Vills. But
And Geo behind this, gonna be walled up here pretty soon. Does
yeah,
have some scouts in production.
but here's the problem: we've got
Ooh.
100 food and scams in Castle Age. This is this is not paid off. Like, okay, you're buying time, sure,
Yeah, I
but as a
lost all but one Vil in that tower as well. It's not walled in. It will go down here.
yeah, this is we like towers here, but I just don't think there was enough military here to make the tower work. Right? Like if he had more scouts to deny the counter tower and to
Well,
distract Scam by going to the wood line.
that and with Mongols here, you have to be able to deny them something food related as
Yeah.
far as hunt goes on this map to really make this work out.
Yeah, I like the idea. I honestly I think the mistake here is letting him have Mongols, right? Like
Yep.
if it weren't Mongols, this could have worked a lot better.
Yeah, I mean Mongols have proven to be really, really good on this map. I think we've only seen them lose one time, and I think the one time we saw them lose, it was just a little bit too much passive play from the Mongol player. So
Right. So despite the Vil losses, I mean, Giovanni's a little bit ahead of villagers because he's not in Castle Age. So like, how does he make this work, Juicy? Like, where do you go from here? Because you can't be feeling great in that with what just happened.
yeah, I mean ultimately I think you have to play defensively and maybe start some double palisade walls and really try to get your counters out. Probably go into knights and skirms and try not to take any bad fights against Mengadai. Will be another stable coming up here for Geo. Economy, he's getting wheelbarrow now. He'll be up pretty shortly here, and villager production going to be coming from 2 TCs already for Scamaz, so it's going to be very difficult to catch up with the Vil lead. Going to be what it is here soon.
Katos, how are we both wrong when I didn't even suggest anything?
The answer is elephants. Burmese elephants. Quite pricey. Not in Castle Age.
I mean, how do elephants do against Mongols though? That I mean, it doesn't feel. anything with that high HP isn't the worst thing against like Mangadai, right? Or right? That shouldn't be terrible. It's just probably way too expensive.
I think if they had more upgrades, because aren't Burmese the civ that gets the plus 50 HP or something to that effect? I believe.
So we do are seeing doubling up on the Palisades here from Geo. So he's thinking what you are. He's thinking he's gonna have a storm to endure, and he's worried about that as he's on his way up to castle. But the fact of the matter is, Scam's just he's just booming, right? Like he's got some cav arch. He's got 5 cav archers. So it's not like no military, but he's going to a third TC, taking a huge Vil lead.
Yeah, I mean that's the big problem here is the Vil lead is gonna get so out of control. I mean we're about to have 75% castle age, but 3 TCs already producing. I mean, so big risk to move out here. No military for Geo, so best chance is to get another town center here in the front on the gold and the stone. I think to help better defend it.
Yeah, that's probably where I mean in the situation it's either that or almost. Do you need to just go all in on one TC and just try to pump something out? Like what? It just feels so awkward. Like you're not going to catch up. You can't outboom him at this point,
Yeah.
right? So I feel like you have to attack. And if he builds another TC, can he afford to make any military? And it looks like he's agreeing with me as knights are producing
Yeah,
and
one
upgrades are
TC
coming in.
is probably better here. Problem is, like Katos just alluded to in chat, this res forward here is going to be so hard to defend. I mean, the golds are both very forward, both rangeable. Cav Archer is going to
The
be a
thing is,
nice addition here.
he doesn't even have the stone though. He has to go after that stone before he could do it.
Oh yeah, because he built the
He got the
tower.
cast. Yeah, and repaired it.
Yep. Oh, I forgot all about that. Yeah, rough position. We'll have +2 defense on these knights. Cav Archers in low numbers, not going to be as effective at the moment. And no stable down yet from our Mongol player, so he does not have husbandry. I'm gonna put a hole in his walls here and try to take a good engagement here, and actually gonna get a really good engagement, all things considered.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Killing two, taking a lot of HP off the others. Um, the issue is this production. He doesn't really have the res to make full on too stable production continuously. At least he hasn't been managing it yet.
Yep,
And
and we
that's the idea
have
of this all in. You need all of it, everything.
yep, and we have a castle up already here for Scamaz at home, so would expect to see the Mangadai start to be produced. Also, Gabriel
Yeah,
Monastery sitting in a really nice position as far as his eco if balance is considered. I mean,
super defensive castle from Scamaz, but I like that it locks off that side of his base. Raids will be really hard to get in over there. Protect his farm and wood, but I feel like we need to see more from Geo right now. Like you have 8 knights, he can't sit still. He should know he has a bit of a military advantage after that engagement. He needs to get damage. He's 25 vills behind plus.
yeah, I mean he's headed out now. Reactions will be there, but I don't think everything gets hit in this TC, so Vils will go
This
down
is
here.
great. He does have both armors, so he can get some of these vills here. He can fight under this TC for a second. Nope, they're all in. No kills, but he
Took a couple of them
don't.
out with him, so not
Yeah,
terrible. Vil is headed forward for a forward siege workshop, so he is definitely going to do this 1 TC all in here, and I think that's the only chance he really has to come back in this one. Constant pressure, keep the opponent in trouble here. Another really defensive castle here for Scamaz, so raids will be near impossible.
and I think this is a smart play. It's one of the weaknesses of Mongols or any cast or any unique unit that relies on their unique unit is it's just so little stone on this map. It is very sparse. So if you lose a castle because you dropped it forward and gets trebbed down, you more often than not you can't replace it without spending a lot of gold, which is also not plentiful.
Yeah, and quick walls are trying to come in here. Looks like most of them are already down. Camel production started here for Scamaz. At the same time on the front, the Siege Workshop did go up here, so the Knights getting good value, lowering that villager lead.
Yeah, but he's got a long way to go to make up for it, though.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
hard to complain about temporarily denying a castle. But he can get on this wood line if he goes and looks for it. And when you're playing Battlegrounds, you know the wood line is back there. So
Oh, this will be a big castle if he can deny this one. Knights
I
are
mean,
here. Mangonel is getting punched down, unfortunately.
the micro is
Oh,
not where it needs to be. Otherwise, he could have, but the micro wasn't there. Nice ran the wrong way.
yeah. I mean, honestly though, villager numbers almost equal now. So he's brought himself back into it as far as the villager count is concerned, and this is where we'd have to see him expand his eco, and he does have a TC coming up in the middle.
Yeah, this is good. I mean, to take the Vil lead for Scams from a plus 25 to Geo now has a Slaveville lead. Huge. That was awesome for him. But that's just an opening, right? Like that's enough to keep him in this game. But he needs to get out on this TC he's building. He needs more TCs. He needs a boom, and he needs to keep the pressure up because he's already behind. Those 25 Vils gave Scam so much res, so much time.
Yeah, I mean that said though, I mean he's done a great job to get himself back into the game. I
Absolutely.
mean, from the position he was in 3 minutes ago to where he's in now, it's a great position to be in, and I'm sure he doesn't quite realize how much he actually did there. So you're not
He does.
counting vills as they go down, but
Exactly. You know you did something well there, but I don't think you ever feel when you've been behind the way he has for this long. I don't think you assume that you just took the Vil lead there.
yeah, absolutely.
When you look at the map, I doubt it feels like that to him.
Yeah, doing good job here. A couple knights picking off a few vills. Town center getting relatively weak here, as well as the mangonels continue to shoot it down.
Yeah, and one of the best things about how this worked out for Geo is the Mangadai numbers have just not happened.
Yep.
There's the few that have been made have been killed. Scam just isn't able to keep the Cav Archers Mangadai on the field so far.
Yeah, it's been a rough transition for him, like losing all that and not being able to mass like you suggested. I mean, even still, these Mangadai not taking a great fight. I don't even think I saw Husbandry in yet for Scamaz, so they're slower, in fact.
Does Bloodlines affect Cav Archers?
Yes, Bloodlines does. They're only
Yeah,
at
so
60 HP right now. They should be at 80.
yeah, no Bloodlines either.
Yeah. Take out a TC here, doing a good job to keep the pressure on. Losing some knights in the process, not the end of the world. And villager lead now looking really, really good for Geo, considering he was down by 20 earlier.
You almost want to say I don't know how Geo did it, but if he keeps these knights moving, keeps them working,
He's on the
keeps the eco
gold.
lead. But at some point, yeah, on the gold, this is beautiful. These villas have to run a long way. But at some point, these Mega Knight numbers are growing. Well, his own numbers aren't growing as fast. You
I
need to
think
get rid of
this.
these castles.
Yeah, but I think what he needs to
Can't.
do here is. Yep, he's got a castle coming down of his own. It's going to be very risky now.
Yeah, this
But
castle's not going up.
I was going to say he needs to
No
get
way
a
in hell.
castle to defend his eco, not this castle. But.
No, we
Oh.
got Town Watch for scam. This doesn't go up. All these vills die. Um, yeah, all of these vills die.
Yeah, Geo's doing an excellent job here. It's just, I think this castle needed to be up on the hill in his base, or in
Well,
front of the
I mean, but
TC.
look, the Mangadai fell back from the Knights.
Yeah, but they're gonna be slaughtered now. The knights are gonna.
Yeah, but the Knights are fighting under a castle, under a tower, under a TC, another tower coming up. More Knights coming in, but it's just not enough.
Oh.
2 military to 11. Vil fighting. Yeah, this castle doesn't go up.
It's gonna be a doubt castle.
Yeah, I mean, I think a castle on the hill below his base, or near that golden stone, secure some more res. Secure the flank of your base might have been better if you want to place a castle, but
Mm-hmm.
the
Oh. Yeah, anywhere to defend his eco, I think, would have been a great spot. And then he is adding the skirmishers, which would have been the right move to defend. Because if you could just secure your base on one side and then you have skirmishers on the other, I mean, he has to add something to deal with that. But now, I mean, skirmishers don't have any upgrades. Not even elite skirmishers won't do anything here.
no, but trying to find an upside here though. Geo does still have the Vil lead. He is still up in Vil, so he's down on military, but not by huge. He could maintain here. What are Burmese skirms like? I'm feeling like they might not be that inspiring.
I don't even know what Burmese skirms are like. I never ever played Burmese. Like maybe 3 times since DE's come out. If I played Burmese, feels so rough. And honestly, the elite skirm upgrade, if it was in, would help out a ton right now.
Yeah, but he's only now getting fletching complete. He has to completely cross. Oh, Turk skirm is better. That seems like a stretch. But
Yeah, there's elite skirm here at least. But yeah, I think if the castle would have been, I think where the ranges are, or by this TC in the north, or inside his base where the gold just ran out minutes ago, he would be in a solid position to defend from this. And honestly, every castle taken down at that point is spectacular because Mangadai production would die.
yeah, I mean, I would have liked it where he's putting a mining camp, in that general area. If he puts it over there, he gets it up no problem. He's secure with res, but so some
He's gonna
hindsight's
try to get this
2020.
castle up. Where's he going with these knights?
No, I told you the Vills are building mining camp.
Okay.
This is the problem. You need to use capture age so you can actually see what's going on.
Well, if Capture Age wouldn't crash the stream, I would. But no, still in a fine position here. I mean, all things considered, being as far behind as he was, think that castle's just a little too ambitious.
Yeah, but I mean, the Vil lead that he had is gone. Scam's taken his own solid Vil lead now.
Knight's gonna get in on the
Scam's,
wood line. Nope, walled off.
uh,
And now the
and
Vils will go down on the gold here. The Mangadai are there.
yeah, Mangadai are there, so the Vil lead's going to get bigger. Scam is getting perilously close to going to Imp. And if the Mongols get to Imp and get all those upgrades from the Mangadai, I don't know that Burmese are going to have an answer for that.
Yeah, that's the problem. Once you let them get into a late game of any kind, it becomes so much more difficult to deal with the Mangadai. In Castle Age, they're really good units, but skirmishers can counter them so cost effectively. We are going to start to see the light cav switch come in from Scamaz here as well. And Scamaz holding out here, going to be sitting in a good position. His eco at home is completely defendable. Castle at the forefront here. Even the skirms are actually attacking a tower, unfortunately. But Mangadai numbers starting to become something for Geo to be very concerned about here. And the light cav are going to find some pretty much unprotected skirmishers here as well. Knights were lost in the back. I think that both players staying in Castle Age though. Scamaz ended up spending a lot of food resources there.
Yeah, going for the light cav.
Alright, a town center now going to be attempted up here on the stone and near the gold from Geo. I like that a lot better. And there's enough skirms here to really take a decent fight against these Mangadai at the moment. Problem is with skirmishers, just that mobility.
Yeah.
What are you up to here? 20 something Mangadai And he's gonna start flooding with Hussar. I don't even think he's going up at this point. Not with everything he's putting into this.
No, no, getting all the upgrades that you hear for Huss or whatnot. I thought he might be going up for the play, but not. But he's getting upgrades. He's doing that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay,
Some rain coming
Mangudai
in.
are circling around. Skirmishers not headed in the right direction here. Knights dive on towers here, not the greatest position. Mangudai are going to be coming, and they will bust through here pretty quickly. Camels also out on the field here for Scamaz, so Knights relatively weak at the moment.
There you go. So he's attacking a house so that he won't be able to get in, even if he breaks it. Camels, kind of seal the deal for Geo. I mean, with what he's been building.
Yes, hopefully he can knock out these Mangudai back here as it's going unnoticed thus far as the skirms are just arrived, but nope, as they arrive in force,
Yeah,
Scamaz
would have been
notices and pulls them away.
way better for Geo to, or sorry, for Scam to try to go through the palisade here. Going for the house, just he would have been in if he'd gone for the palisade.
Yeah, and unfortunately Geo's sitting on a lot of idle vills right now. His waypoint for the starting TC is still selected in one of the trees previously there. He's got 29 idle vills here. Burmese don't get the second armor upgrade. Oof, that's rough. Honestly, I'm struggling to see a point here where Geo can make this swing back into his favor now. Mongols eco's fairly safe now. Mangudai numbers are pretty well masked. The mobility alone and adding camels for Mongols against Knight Skirm is not going to do anything worthwhile. Exorcist Mongols were not banned, that is correct. I believe
No,
Geo sniped Britons actually instead.
no one tell Exorcist said Scam SC'd.
Alright, a good couple Mangudai numbers going down here in the north to skirmishers, but at the same time a lot of knights going down. And I think this really comes back to this castle position here. Not being able to defend himself at home quite as easily, and then the losses that he took there. He had a pretty significant villager lead at that point. All things considered, he was down by 20. He then went up by like 10 or 15, and then trying this castle out lost him quite a bit here. Camels finding another knight kills. Imperial Age just now on its way for Scam, so once Imperial Age comes, should see Hussar, Elite Mangudai, and Trebs. Maybe it'll actually just be Camel. Maybe he won't make any more Mangudai. He's got 36 of them, so maybe upgrading them not even worthwhile. Siege Workshop
Honestly,
out. I didn't even
Treb's
see
not
this.
even worthwhile.
I didn't even see this town center go up for Geo in the north here. Camels against knights and skirms with Mangudai behind. Geo's army will get completely destroyed here.
Yeah, not much to say here. Okay, the GG finally. I'm glad to see the GG. It was getting hard to comment on what was going on.
Yeah, ultimately that tower at the beginning didn't do a lot of good works for Geo. There was a lot of investment, lost 4 or 5 vills at the end of the exchange. Really, I don't think he may have killed 2 vills in the exchange, so really not a great thing for him there. But really loved how he came back in this one. I was really worried for him there early on. I thought being down 20 Sauvilles was going to be extremely difficult for him to survive, but well played. Well played from both.
Yeah, it was good. It's just one of those ones that definitely feels like maybe if that tower had been in a slightly different place, maybe if he had one or two more scouts when he did the tower, the whole game might have been different. But it was close. It was fun.
Yeah, and then after that, I mean, that castle placement was a little bit painful. But
But yeah, it's true. I mean, that also was a big deal. But I think it's worth pointing out here, though. You lost to Mongols you, as Burmese on a very friendly map for Mongols. So
yep,
if you're looking at 5 games, you could lose with a lot better Civ against a lot worse Civ. Like,
absolutely. And honestly, to lose against Mongols is not the end of the world when you have your home maps prepared, and you may end up with a better Civ matchup down the road here. Like Burmese, not in my eyes a top tier pick for that map. They were actually his last selection in the draft as well. So he was planning on using Lithuanians, I believe, from what we've seen him do in the past. But nonetheless, we are going to one of Geo's home maps here. Yeah, he had Berbers as well, Exorcist. And
oh, hard to yeah, hard. I didn't realize that. That's painful. But anyway, sorry. Go on.
yep, and I'm loaded into game 2, which will be Geo's home map selection of Arena Cove. At 5 seconds when you're ready.
I'm ready when you are.
3, 2, 1, go. Arena Cove, folks. Gonna be Italians versus Byzantines here. Gonna be very interesting here. We've seen this matchup as recently as yesterday. Feels like,
This is.
but
I think this is the single most uh, common matchup.
absolutely. Yep.
Italians, Byzantines on this map throughout the whole tournament.
Yep. So we have seen both civs fare pretty well in the tournament, but I feel like we've actually seen Byzantines do a bit better on this map.
Yeah, in general, I think uh, I don't think that necessarily speaks to the Civ though. I think it's just been some strats we've seen, the way people have played it. I
Yep,
don't think the Italians are at a disadvantage here.
for sure. I think the Italians should probably be pretty favored in a position like this. But if you guys haven't been here for the whole tournament, this is Arena Cove, our adaptation of Arena, but we had to add some water because, that's what we do around here. and it's been very entertaining. Lots of different strategies. We've seen siege push where essentially no one had villagers on one side. It was like 2 on food. And we've also seen some extremely long games on this map. So looking forward to seeing how this one works out here.
As always, I'm always rooting for the classic 5 elite fully upgraded cataphracts into full scouts. Um, that's my favorite strategy for this map. It's 100% success rate.
Yep. Sure. But nonetheless, I mean, water going to be the most important factor here. Both players going to have to go for multiple docks early, unless they have an alternative plan, which we have seen work out quite well to this point. I think we've seen 2 or 3 alternative choices made as far as strategies, and I think we've seen them work. So, water important, but if you can do an arena type all-in push, can be extremely effective.
So looking at the map here, Geo has to win water. That's a brutally bad luck for him with the gold generation.
Gold is going to be an issue for him. And you guys, just give me a second. Gotta block this guy.
You don't want to be famous.
Oh, it's such a scam, man. Wish I could permanently block all of those people, but can't be done. I've tried. But docks are up at relatively the same time here. Fishing ship's not even able to be produced right away. Geo is going to get his out first. And, yeah, the map gen a little bit awkward here.
Yeah, he's got to win. Got to win water. It's going to be so rough. If he'll lose both of his gold to galleys.
Yep.
So
Scouts
it,
are tapping each other up here in the north, so players are looking to be attentive with those, paying attention here. Nonetheless, not really a whole lot you can scout for right now unless you're trying to find a forward here. Pretty much expected to go water at this point.
yeah, this map has a lot of options. We've seen land plays. We've seen both. We've seen all water, but the key thing is there's nothing you can do with these walls until
Oh,
Castle Age.
oh, what is this timing? 20, it's actually 23 pop up from Scamaz. It feels super early for some reason. But really tight build here. And actually abandoning 2 sheep and a little bit of a boar left to shift on to wood, and then we'll be gold here as well.
The scam clearly knows what a water map like this plays out on as, and not messing around. And he's
Yeah.
going to have so much time. There was 40 seconds of idle time from Geo. Now he's getting Loom. He's going to be so late getting up relatively.
Yeah, and cheaper click up time for Italians here. We only need 425 food instead of 500, so going to use that bonus to his advantage. Going to have a second dock on its way down now. We'll be up considerably ahead. Production will be quite nice here, but Byzantines not too far behind, and if he can get to the faster firing fire ships uh, and gets equal number of docks up or more, he should be in fine position.
Yeah, but it's going to be quite the disadvantage because 2 fire ships are already being produced. Fishing ships are going to go down before Geo can start producing.
Absolutely, and we actually have a wall up here in the north. It's going to be double houses to start for Geo, so trying to prevent any sort of land shenanigans. 21 pop is super fast. I mean, it's not like we're saying it's not a fast time. I mean, you guys are both up at considerably good times. It's just Italian cheaper uptime is really where the difference is here, or cheaper click to the next stage bonus, in my opinion. So
Yeah. Also, him not getting Loom until feudal. I definitely think
that's true.
that's the way to go here.
Now Loom just now going to be coming in here. So unless you said that saves 40 seconds. But fire ships here, fishing ships will go down. Third dock's coming up for both players. You know, and this is still definitely a very good position to be in.
Get the
Obviously,
Vil. Get the Vil. Oh, you got to micro You got to micro it.
obviously, the faster firing Byzantine ship's going to be quite nice. And, you know, just a demo or two could really change this, as the fight isn't going to be that too far off here. The biggest issue that we're going to see, though, is the fish will go down here for Scamaz, or for Geo, so it's going to be a little bit harder to get to that next stage.
Where are these fire ships going?
Yeah, I mean, really losing a few fishing ships to even out the military numbers a bit, not a bad position to have.
I just don't know what Scam was doing with those fire ships. He had the numbers advantage, but he split up and lost one and almost lost 2.
Yeah, he might have been patrolling there to try to angle for a little bit of a better fight here.
Okay. And Demo could do a lot of good here, but Geo thinks better at taking a fight at home.
Yeah, and obviously this demo, if it hits multiples, which it Oh, it's a good demo.
That's a very good demo.
Takes half HP off of 2 ships there, and already behind
It,
in the numbers makes that
yeah,
even worse exchange.
and good repair micro coming in from Geo. We haven't. Sorry, coming in from Scam. We haven't seen that from Geo.
Yeah, and now the military numbers are 8-1 at the moment, so it's going to be very difficult to switch off and win this unless we see demos, which we haven't seen any in production just yet. I disagree with
Oh,
Scamaz's position here, though, pulling back.
yeah, he's repairing, trying to conserve numbers. I mean, this is the thing. He knows he has the lead right now. If he maintains his numbers and keeps producing, he'll continue to have the lead, right? Like there's no way he falls behind as long as he doesn't lose in repairs. So maybe that's a thought, and not the, but yeah, Geo housed unfortunately for quite a bit there, really slowing him down.
Yeah, Farm Eco starting to come in here with Geo, and just now a farm being dropped for Scam as well. So another nice touch though. Scam has gone to the deer, as has Geo. I think Geo may have lost a Vil here though. We might have missed because Scout is very low on HP. Fire ship numbers in favor of Scamaz here. Would love to have seen a demo or two produced for Geo.
Yeah, it's hard to argue against producing one when you know you're behind on numbers and that fishing ship goes down. So now uh, but there is a demo being built in the center dock. So, but one demo is not going to take out this many. It could help with this fight. The numbers aren't great.
Yeah, and numbers will continue to be an issue here as this dock will go down relatively quickly here with all these fires attacking it. And we actually have 3 demos sitting back for Scam, so if anything pops out of here, we may see Scam just run back to his demos.
And there it pops out and only hits one, maybe a little bit of two, but not a great demo.
Yeah, and
And that's the
Geo's
only.
pretty much maxed out on res right now. Can't do a whole lot. Galley switch starting to come in behind this for Scamaz, which I think is a
I,
good time for one.
I'm almost. If you have to accept that you can't win water here, man, he's still fighting it. I was.
Oh,
Oh, perfect timing on those demos. That's
yeah.
brutal.
I think this is where you
But
cancel off water. That's what
well,
you're
that's what I was
saying.
about to say. I was going to say partially that, partially like I think you need to get a tower up on one of those golds just to keep the galleys away for a little bit. Like buy yourself time, right? Like it's expensive, but it's going to be so. If a galley can't deny that gold, it can deny part of it.
Hmm. Yeah, and honestly, your best bet is probably to get up, get a little bit of a boom, because you know your opponent has invested a lot onto water, and you should ideally have a little bit more time if you can get up faster. But alright, Kato, so you're pulling for Geo. You gotta go to work. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. The plus side, though, is Geo has been taking this gold, has taken a decent sum of it already, and is still on it for the time being. He has stopped with the production on water, so he should be able to focus that more back into the economy with farms here.
We'll have to see where it goes. I think at this point, Scam should really be considering some more firing fire ships. Maybe he's concerned, but now that he sees that there's nothing else in these docks, maybe if you're going to win water, get something out of it. Let's get the food eco now.
Yeah, he's on his way to Castle already, though. The fishing ship's paying off quite nicely. Switched over to Farm Eco. Did go out and take the deer. So sitting in a very good position here. And then Geo desperately needs to get a market up to actually rebalance his eco a bit here. Ultimately, the villager pop has stayed predominantly within 1 here. Only thing is just the military production has just been that much better for Scam at the moment. What's up, Knight? Semifinals hype indeed.
And is housed.
All right, so if you're in this position, what is your first thought process? Is what you need to do on this map?
Oh, I think with what we've seen so far, trying to get back on water has never really worked very well. I think ideally you're going up first, right? Like ideally the other guy should have put more in water, so you have a better eco, or at least you have more res, and you could get up to castle first, and you can push siege monks, something like that. Like go forward. But with Scam being in castle age, boom install.
Yeah, problem is now though, the buildings aren't there. Geo doesn't have the buildings to click up. He's got the res. Gets to
But
get another
yeah,
building in. He did not have enough wood because he was been housed a lot. Spent some probably too many resources onto the farms there, and now have to rebalance the eco and be able to click up. So
and that's what I mean. Like ideally, you'd be getting the castle age first after losing water, and can try to push on land. But here, I mean, you're behind in tech, behind in age, behind in res, behind in fills. Your gold's all going to be ranged. Like if War Galley came in, it could get that gold, right?
yeah, should be able to. So we do have fletching already in here for scam. So ultimately, like you said, being up earlier and getting that boom would have been the ideal situation. But now that he's going to be a little bit behind here, score obviously looks really bad because of water, and controlling water gives a lot of score.
Oh, it's more than that though. Scam's on a third TC. He's got a fill lead building. He's been destroying houses and buildings. It's more than just controlling the water.
Yeah, at this point for sure. Fishing ships being added here for Scamaz now as well, so his economy is going to be very difficult to come forward with and do much damage at this point. And we are seeing some archer upgrades coming in for Geo, so he is thinking about going into an archery range. Probably going crossbow here in Castle.
It does feel like a bit of a mistake from Scam to not have sent one of his galleys to scout this shoreline and see what he could range. He doesn't have much vision inland, so he doesn't see that gold that he could be ranging right
Well,
now.
that's actually extremely good for Geo. I didn't even know that he couldn't see that yet, so villagers headed to the north here for Geo, going to be a town center on the
Yeah,
wood, or on the stone actually.
yeah, and another one outside on his stone and gold. I mean, I don't hate the town centers. Um, yeah, I think I'm kind of looking at this. mm, I guess we don't see any indication that Scam wants to go land so far. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of right now. Scam has to decide how he wants to win the game. His advantage is firmly in his court. Geo has to pull off something pretty impressive to come back. But Scam isn't playing perfect here. Like not seeing that gold, not scouting, not using more galleys to harass the farms. He could be doing more to cause pain here, and it's giving Geo a bit of an opportunity more than he would have had.
Yeah, and we're actually seeing another town center here from him. So are we thinking this is just mega boom?
Well, I mean, as Exorcist said, water maps is a macro game, so it's hard to, you're ahead as scams, you're ahead in military, you're way ahead in Vils. You got up first. Maybe that's a thought. Boom hard, get to
Yeah.
120 Vils, and then no matter what happens, you'll feel like you'll be okay.
Yeah, and this might even be somewhat of a faster Imperial Age attempt here because
Well,
he's.
that's the thing. Geo could click up now if he had the buildings.
Oh,
He's floating tons of res, and
yep.
I don't. He shouldn't be. This is way too much res to be floating for no reason. What is he doing? Why does he have so much food? Why does he have so much gold? What is his plan?
Well,
That's what I
he's
want to know right now.
slowly teching into crossbows, getting wheelbarrow now. Just trying to boom himself here until he has to really produce, I think. Because he does have vision all across the front here, and he does still have the stone walls. Uh, Only thing you really have to worry about is a landing. We've seen a lot of players wall up the front of their base here to the water to try to prevent that, but
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. If you're floating 1,000 food and 1,000 gold, you should do something with it. And
yeah,
as we talk and as you talk and we talk here, nothing. He's not doing anything with it. He's got no wood. So does he need more wood for what he's doing? And is going crossbow is that what you want to do against Italians? Are you going to have an advantage there? Um, what do crossbow get you in this position?
I think he's gonna fast imp or try to fast imp for Arb as his goal, maybe.
Well,
But
the thing is he could have fast imped because he could have clicked imp
yeah, there's just
five,
no
six
wood.
minutes ago if he had built the buildings. He still hasn't built the buildings, and now Scam's going on his way up. And that's my complaint here: is Geo had 1,000 food and 1,000 gold when Scam had no food and no gold from spending it on techs, and Scam still beat him to imp. And that's not to be trying to be too harsh on Geo. I just think to me it feels like Geo didn't have a plan for if he lost water.
Yep, 3 relics on their way in as well, which I believe is all of the relics on the map already
Yeah,
already in for Scam. So Scam controlling the middle of water, controlling half of the map easily on with land, and as soon as he hits Imp, everything here for the most part will be rangeable. And
yeah.
he's gonna potentially just transport over
Now,
then at
wait,
that point.
wait, Geo is building a castle on the shore, and this is what I was talking about. If Scam is leaving these openings, why at this point in the game would you not have war galleys patrolling the coast on your enemy? It's a mistake. It's just misplay.
True.
And this castle gives Geo an opportunity to get back on water. He doesn't really have the wood for it, but there's an opening here. Now the downside is Scam's going to get up. Scam's going to research ballistics chemistry, and then this castle will be gone in no time. But this
Yeah.
castle should have never come up from Scam's position. That's a misplay by Scam.
Yeah, I mean, when he's making Gianni's crossbow right now is all I've seen him make. So maybe expecting some sort of a cav or light cav play. I love that he's continued to dock though and produce with fishing ships. He's actually added a dock in the north here. We'll be adding our double archery range, double stable himself. Scamaz can get in here. And getting back onto water attempt has yet to be
That
even attempted.
that is a weird castle. The second castle from Geo. Why?
Yeah.
That's such a weird castle. Is he trying to go? He's not trying to go cataphract, obviously. But it's just such a weird placement. Why
Going out
behind your
on the
TC?
hill up by the gold.
Right. I don't know what that castle accomplishes.
Yep. Yeah, I question that one as well. And
Siege workshop coming
ultimately,
up. I
he,
think it feels like Geo's just kind of waiting. Yeah, I mean he's got these crossbow, but it feels like he's made the crossbow because he's waiting for something to happen. I don't know. I just don't see what he's doing with them.
I mean, maybe he's going to go Arb bombard cannon push.
Sure, but
That's the only thing I can figure out. Nothing else even makes sense at this point to me.
yeah, I mean clearly Geo's committed to the land play at this point. I mean it's not that he couldn't drop docks into that castle, but the investment into archers, it doesn't seem like he's even going to try.
Yeah.
Look at castles just creeping forward for Scam, controlling more and more of the map. And you look at the Scam has the fish, Scam has the relics, Scam has more map control. Um, not to mention, uh, I thought I saw chemistry come in. Maybe I'm crazy, or maybe it was ballistics. Never mind. But no, it is because he has cannon galleons producing. So cannon galleons coming up from Scam. range is at least one castle, at least one TC, and it's just going to deny Giovanni half of the map that's available to him.
Yeah, and I like the castle on the gold, but he needs to capitalize on it and take the gold on the shoreline here.
Yeah, definitely a mistake to be taking that back gold in his limited time, because here in about 2 minutes, there will be no access to that gold for him anymore.
Yeah, like that was the only positive I really saw for that castle on the shoreline is he can actually take that gold. We are gonna see a Treb Arb push here, and what do we have on the other side? Arbs as well. So obviously the production will be won out here by Scamaz since he controls the
Yeah,
predominantly
yeah, but
all of the map. So
the current numbers though are double for Geo. So maybe if he's able to get some momentum here, he has more numbers right now on land.
yeah, he also has Treb. I guess the other castles on the hill as well.
The cannon galleons are already taking this castle down, so goodbye gold, and that's 6 tiles of gold, or sorry, 5 tiles of gold that are about to become very precious and very inaccessible.
Yeah, Monk's going for conversions here against Arbalest. We'll get one conversion, but or two conversions, but that's not a whole lot there.
Yeah, so we had that number advantage. There was a number advantage for Scamaz, but now it's not. Now there are more arbs for Scam, where Geo had more a minute ago. So it's what can you do? Like you're behind an eco, you're behind on land. If archers just feel too slow, Italian archers when if he gets his unique tech have more armor. They're going to last a little bit longer to
Yeah,
yours.
good moves here though. We'll snipe the bombard ships and gonna save the castle for now. So really needs to get on that gold. Bombard cannons coming out gonna do good damage here, and this castle will go down here. Numbers though, an issue now. Oh, but the bombard cannons take good shots.
Yeah, but microing down cannon galleon with bombard cannons, it's not a winning. That's not a way to win games. Like it's a good move, nice to
Yep.
see, but it's not going to win you a game here.
No, for sure. I mean, I love what he's trying to do here, but ultimately he's in such a bad position. I don't see him coming back.
And
But
the Hussar coming in from Scam is going to be devastating for Geo. It'll take
yeah,
out
and they can run right into his main eco. There's a hole from the fire
exactly.
ships.
And at this point, with 58 on wood, or sorry, 58 on food, Scam could just full on Hussar right into the eco, right into the wood line, right into the golds, and end it. But
Yep.
more cannon galleons coming forward too, and guess what else will die to the Hussar? Bombard cannons.
Oh yeah, the Hussar are gonna do the job here. Another castle attempt here, but ultimately just losing time. And you look at Scamaz building two sables in the north corner.
That's a terrible castle though. It's at the bottom of a hill that Scam can use. It doesn't secure you any additional resources. It's just throwing stone away. Maybe it'll buy some time.
Yeah,
But
the problem is that though is even with some time, he will be running out of res rather
Bombard
quickly.
cannons coming in, trying to be sneaky again, but Scam knows better and is microing this time.
Castle does go up here. He's done a good job to try to keep everything alive and push it back here, but I mean, he's going to be out of gold very soon. Only gold he can actually take is the gold on the shoreline, and there's no way he's getting that now.
Yeah, if the castle will go down in a moment.
And you don't want to be going trash against a Civ that has good gold options, that has basically unlimited gold at this point in comparison to what you have.
Yeah, I mean, a lot more gold left on the map for Scam, and perhaps more importantly, the 3 relics. Like, everything long term. Well, long term, the 3 relics are going to make a big difference. Geo does at least have cheaper trash, which is something. But with both players, with Scam at 200 pop, or sorry, both players approaching 200 pop around 170. Cheaper is not going to matter as much as quantity and quality pretty
Yep,
soon.
and there's a lot of transport ships coming for Scam, so I would expect him to just start sending the Hussar directly into the economy, and like you said, this is 58
Uh,
on wood.
that seems like a waste of micro and a waste of time. I mean, they can just run in.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping them. But once again, I just Scam not properly using his water advantage. As we talked about earlier, why are there no galleys on the shore at the same time now?
Yep.
Why are there galleys on the shore? How is Geo taking this gold with 25 fucking 24 villagers, 25 villagers?
Yeah, holy villagers on gold. Like that's a ton of vills on one gold.
Yeah,
So
and that's what I'm saying. Scam is letting this happen.
yeah,
If he was playing, he's microwing on the front. He's paying attention. Nothing wrong with that. But that's what I'm getting though. It's like these galleys or sorry these transports are a distraction. It's a waste of time. You can run in. You took the wall out earlier. Just
yeah.
run in. There's the castle, like we talked about, the awkward castle earlier. Can't even protect that gap.
Yep, bombard cannons in defense for Scamaz of this attack that was being attempted here will take out all the siege and a lot of arbalest for Geo dying, and he's not going to be able to replace those for much longer. He does have 30 veils on this gold pile right now, desperately trying to eat it up as quickly as possible. He
Yeah,
has checked into Hussar as well, but soon
yeah.
the transport ships as they are loading right now, and he has careening on them at least, so we'll be able to hold 10 passengers, and he has 3 of them, looks like, already loaded, and is going to wait till all of them are loaded before sending them in, it looks like.
I mean, 50 Hussar. I mean, it's so inefficient. Such a bad way to do this. Okay, he's going over with like 30, but it just makes so much more sense to just run him forward. Um,
Yeah,
but
I
whatever.
mean, this will
It's style points.
definitely cripple
If
this
he
build,
land,
though.
yeah, if he lands the gold style points, right? Like this could be beautiful.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
going to land right there, and that's going to say it for the gold vills here.
yeah. So 25 vills down. I mean, it was already a 25 vil lead for Scam. It's going to be a 50 vil lead now.
Yeah, population will continue to drop here for Geo, and he's not really going to be able to push on the front here with Trebs and ships and bombard cannons taking out as big bombard shots on the Arbalest for Geo because he's reacting to his base.
Yeah, but this is what I'm talking about. Some of these misplays that I worry about from Scamaz. Geo was able to take more than half of that gold there. He
Yeah,
shouldn't have got a single piece of gold, but he got more than half of it.
yep.
But look at the fills go down. I mean, how do you stay at this point in Geo? He just lost a third of his fills.
And he's going to continue to lose more as there's only now there's only a couple Hussar that have been sent back to help deal with this. Another 30 Vils could die here on this wood line and under this town center.
Yeah, and he's down to half the vills he had 3 minutes ago. like,
Yep, and bombard cannons getting excellent shots. These arbalests on stand ground. GG comes in and
that's brutal, Geo. That sucks. But good game though. It was fun to watch. It's just did you feel like Gio had a plan, or was he counting on winning water? Like I don't know. It just felt like he needed to do something after he got kicked off water, and instead he just waited so long to push out with Arb, and it was too late.
yeah, I mean, I think the plan is always to win water, and knowing the backup plan after that is of major importance, and I just don't think that Geo had it well versed and has practiced that position a ton, which is difficult to like animate that scenario without
Right.
having to play in a game like that. And I mean, honestly, like you said, Scamaz gave him a lot of time, and I think it
He did. and I think he used that time. He didn't roll over. But yeah, Scam just by not taking proper advantage of the lead on water, by not harassing the shoreline, by being weird with his hustler, he just allowed Geo so much opportunity to come back. But the fact of the matter, Geo is just too far behind,
Yep.
even with all those opportunities.
Geo's never lost water in this map 11 until this game, sir. But yeah, I feel for you, man. Like if you're not losing water and you're not prepared to like jump into that backup scenario, that different plan, like it's extremely difficult to come back from that. And I mean, props to you. You definitely did stick in there. You made it to late game situation and you were pushing a little bit in the north. Obviously, water not going to be something to be won back there, but
And we
GG's.
discussed that. We discussed earlier that the move probably would have been if you lost water. Hopefully, you can get up because you've spent less on water. Get up and do Siege Monk or something like that. But Scam was up first, so maybe the macro just wasn't where Geo needed it to be to come back from that.
Yeah. But we're going to dive into Geo's last available home map of Bog Delta here. And I'm going to load in. Be at 5 seconds when you're ready, Hitch.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Bog Delta, you're
Japanese for
yeah on
Geo.
Bog Delta.
And Scamaz goes with Malians. So both players going for some decent civs that we haven't really seen a ton of on this map specifically.
Yeah, the Manta summoning. You should pop in chat here in a minute or two. Um, yeah, Japanese, heavy Japanese. We've not seen much Japanese, and I think they really are going to be strong. They can be strong on a lot of these hybrid maps that we do have, the hybrid or water maps.
Yeah, and obviously water is something we haven't really seen a whole lot of contention over. So Japanese fishing ships being able to tank a lot more early on here, could be a nice position. If we even see anything on water, I mean, we've seen a lot of games where people don't even go for water here. So let's think about this if it is just a land v land position. Malians get cheaper buildings throughout, and then we just have cheaper lumber camps and mills for Japanese. But
Well, this would be my
Japanese,
question.
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, no, you
I would say
finish your thing.
Japanese do get fully upgraded arbalest, as Malians are still missing an upgrade, the defensive upgrade, I believe.
Yeah, I feel the Japanese have the advantage here on land. I mean, it's being closed off on land. There's not a whole lot of maneuvering room. Cavalry lose some of their power from there. Um, Japanese infantry are going to outclass Malian infantry. Japanese archers are going to outclass the archers on the other side. I think it's a really tough spot for Malians on land.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think if the Malians maybe you want to get an advantage or a lead by a victory on water, but the Japanese make it very hard to do that. So I gotta agree with Knight here, and I gotta like Exorcist. I think Japanese are going to be one of the best civs on this map. We haven't seen much of it, but I think they're going to be hard to counter.
No, absolutely, I agree completely. And I mean, the nice thing with Japanese is they're very flexible. Their infantry attacks so much faster. So even Champ Scarls, if not exactly to be worried about because we can counter them quite simply by making our own champions for Japanese. So as far as the maps go, the front of the base for Scamaz is going to be much easier to wall up here. Geo is a lot more open.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, Easier wall up for him, but the res situation not bad for either though. Geo does have this kind of open front, but all of his res are back and should be pretty easily defended.
Yeah, and we do have Scamaz on water here with Malians, so I think going to be a very nice position here. Going to drop a palisade wall there so the scouts and military couldn't go by that side. Persians just lack Bracer and Arbalest.
What do you think of Lithuanians here? They seem to be a popular choice in the discussion.
So Lithuanians, the thing that we've kind of done with this map to make it more difficult for Lithuanians is you'd have to win water to get the relic bonus. Obviously, it's not like end all be all. That must be the bonus that we get with Lithuanians. They still have a very great build for this with their trash, but I don't know. I don't like Lithuanians as much here because we have a lot of open maps that or land maps that suit them a little bit better. And I don't even know what Lithuanians look like on water, to be honest. I couldn't even tell you.
I mean, you don't know about the historically famous Lithuanian Navy?
Never heard of the Lithuanian Navy before in my life. But
Oh, that's awkward. Do you see how far forward Geo's going for these walls? Wouldn't it make more sense to go for the closer wood line? That feels so far out
yeah.
there.
And this is a lot
It's
of
gonna be.
investment here, and he's not on water, so his opponent is taking the villager lead here with these fishing ships. No fish, yep. Exorcist is saying it, no fish. Uh,
And we've seen this so many times. If players don't go water on this map, you know what we've never seen on this map? We've never seen an actual normal water fight.
no,
We've
we've never
never seen
seen even
we've
maybe one fire galley for each. That's the most we've
well,
seen.
we've never even seen that. Juice. We have never in feudal and castle age. We have never seen two players make fire ships and two players make fire ships and fight at all on water. It's always neither player goes, one player goes unopposed.
Well, you
Or
know, Geo might be making it happen because he is about to drop 2 docks. Feels
I
weird
mean,
though, because no
better late.
fishing.
Yeah, better late than never. But this is not the way you would have been way better going for the dock earlier rather than the mill, right?
Yeah, and you know, Geo doing these big walls, but you know what he did do? He is walling on water. This can be done, guys. Hitch usually likes to point this out to me every time I play this map, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you see players often forget the bog isn't shallows, and you can wall there. Much better in this bracket, though.
Geo in
Uh,
chat, the fish are too inconsistent here. I mean, what's inconsistent about free food?
yeah, I mean, it looks pretty well distributed here. So maybe there were problems in previous versions that he's kind of taken to heart. But I don't think the fish are too bad as things stand. But I get it. So if his plan is he's saying with these walls, his plan is to win water. Um, that could work, right? If you win water, you can
Oh,
completely surround
it
your
will be
enemy.
fire galleys. Fire galley and a galley both being produced for Geo, so it is going to be a bit of a water fight. But again, the dock numbers are there for Scam, and he has 3 docks out to the 2.
Right. And it's not just that Scam has more docks. He's ahead. He's produced first, and that galley is going to be. Oh, wait, he canceled the galley. Okay, so just fire galleys.
Stone walls for Geo. Well, will not be a boom, folks. Not at this rate. But going to be able to be very defensive here. So, all inning on water, I guess.
It's not a bad idea. But we're seeing a little bit of getting a little deja vu from last game, where Scam's just a little faster to the water play. We'll see if he can take advantage of it again.
Yeah, and the only real bonus here for Japanese is their fishing ships on water, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean they have a great tech tree for when it goes later. But yeah, the point is the advantage of Japanese is if he had gone for the earlier fishing ships, they'd be so hard to kill.
well,
Double HP.
inconsistent fish or not, we're talking about what 2, 4, 600 food pretty much gonna be brought in at this point in the game. Like,
Yeah, do feel bad for Joe if there were some if the generation was worse earlier and it's improved because he's been playing since the previous bracket, So you can imagine maybe we had the fishing not quite as good, and it's improved, and he just remembers it being bad always. But he not terrible on water from him though. I mean,
Yeah, he
he's
will lose the exchange, but has taken a lot out with him. The problem with not going water here if your opponent is on water is just the simple fact that he's ahead and
build.
villager count.
Yeah,
I can see, I get, Geo not wanting to go water if he's not happy with it and the production it gives, but the problem with it is if your opponent goes to it, commits to it, and gets even just that slight advantage, you're falling behind, even if it's ever so slightly at first. And, maybe it was one of the old generations, but Geo's been practicing a lot. He's seen a lot of the updates coming in. He's been active in the Discord. I think he didn't he even send you some games or some numbers or something at one point. So he's
you
been
know,
paying
I'm not.
attention to the maps, I think.
Yeah,
But
I'm not going to comment. I've had a lot of people contact me, which I've really appreciated. It's the feedback that everyone's been giving, playing the games, practicing the games, that have really allowed some of the polish to come on these maps. They're not nearly as rough around the edges as they were 3 months
yeah,
ago.
demo is going to be coming out here soon. I would love to see this dock get repaired here to save for the demos, because I don't think this
Yeah,
demo is
but
even going to come out of this one.
it's too bad because demos would be
Oh, there's
very
a
beautiful
demo
here.
here for Scam. Oh, it's a beautiful demo. Basically killed
Yeah,
three of them that quickly. Oh, big demo. Oh, there we go. Getting revenge
there we
here.
go.
Alright, so we definitely have a full-on water battle here as both players producing mostly just on water and some fills here.
Yeah, but it's down to two talks for Geo.
Yeah.
So
And back home, Scam, he's already on the additional farms. No farms for Geo here, no fishing chips for Geo. Scam has 19 on food as compared to Geo who has 4 right now.
yeah, I mean it's pretty clear here. Geo's putting everything into this water fight. Feels he has to win it, and I don't blame him. But honestly, I think the water fight's more important on Arena Cove than it is on this map. Not that it's not important here. Um, but that food scam's going to be able to go up to Castle Age, and when it goes to Castle Age and War Galley comes in, the fight's over.
Yeah, farming eco starting to go down. We do have Geo on hunt now. Obviously feeling like he probably lost water here a little bit. Is getting a dock up though, so maybe not yet. Getting another nice demo hit. You don't know about Drush, to be honest. I think a Drush could be decent here. But I mean, you'd have to be very aggressive with your scout early. And actually, I think a Drush here, but a pre-mill Drush could be quite effective.
Maybe that's one of the strengths of the Lithuanians if people are liking the Drush.
Yeah, I mean that would make sense. The very early Drush from Lithuanians could really pay off here. Demo shots have been huge for Geo, by the way, as he's got the KD right now at 16 to 14, and he's been behind quite consistently here on water, and did lose
Yeah, I
his
mean,
starting scout to the other
right.
opponent's scout. Look like.
Giovanni not giving up, building more docks, but he's got no food. Scam's going to be up, and this water fight ends.
Yeah, Scam
Now,
is already up.
well, yeah, he's going to have gotten there.
Yep.
But this is the thing. We have seen that Scam has not, fully taken advantage of his water control in the past. So maybe he'll leave openings for Geo to get in.
Yeah, and it's 7 farms for Geo, 12 for Scam right now. Also, we have how many fishing ships over here? 3 fishing ships still running for Scam. It's about to be 2 docks, and there's a bunch of demos here for Scam. Scam has had on-point demo shots here, and he's about to get more. All these fire ships could die here. Alright, those shots were actually the worst ones he's hit all day, because I said that about him, but, you know.
Yeah, but you're going to see War Galley right off the bat, right? That's what you do from Scam if you seal up the water.
It has to be War Galley.
Because you can't do anything against those stone walls right away. So secure water to start.
Yeah, I think you secure water, you drop another TC or 2, potentially just
Yeah,
one
it
start.
It
Got
doesn't have
one
to.
coming down
Yeah, one.
immediately. War Galley upgrade coming in immediately. More demos coming out here. And I think with the demos, I don't see how these docks survive here for Geo. And for him to switch into land right now, what's his eco look like? He is about to click up himself. He's house at the moment, dropping a house as quickly as he can. Blacksmith as well. So not going to be too far behind, and with no land military to speak of here. Scam starting to shift into stables though.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely stable play coming, bloodlines coming in. I think Geo's eco balance has been really it's been coming back to bite him these past couple of games. As he's all has 1,000 gold here that he's not using.
Yeah, and again the building is late, so it's been a thing that I think we saw the last game too with the water maps. His building's just a little bit late here as the demos come in and the fire ships are here. So Geo going to be off water here, still investing into it though, hoping to make something happen here.
I think if your opponent up, I don't think this is advised. I mean,
Oh, he had a couple demos though, so
yeah, it's not terrible. It's just
but now we have a heavy demolition ship coming in.
yeah, maybe if he was on stone and in a position to put up a castle here, when he got to Castle Age to secure some shoreline, he could get back onto water. But it looks like he sold his stone. Maybe is that like what did he do with that?
Had
But
he's stonewalled. Um,
oh yeah, he stonewalled. You're right. Okay, that's where it went.
Yep,
Um,
Knights production and upgrades coming in for Knights for Scam. So he's going into Knights and yeah, triple stable. It's gonna be full on pressure here. Knight, Camel, and Malians with Farimba in late game. Even against Japanese, gonna be pretty nice position there.
well, I mean that's what we were talking earlier. Is we felt like Japanese had kind of had the advantage here across the board, but when you're this far behind, when you're 10 vills behind, when your enemy has water control, when you're getting up to ages later, those advantages aren't that big.
Yeah, and you know now that the population has really shown you what it looks like being behind so much. We've had two town centers, third one going up here for Scam now, and we had the dock production for the three fishing ships has contained or maintained a lead here.
Stables coming up for Geo. What do you think of that?
Ooh, Japanese stables, no thank you.
Yeah, I mean it's not they're not the worst knights in the game, but I just against what advantage do you have over Malians here?
None. I think you need to go Pike Arb
Or
when you're
right, it's
against Malians.
Pike Arb or Pike Siege. Pike Arb's yeah the way to go. Put your golden Arbs. Yeah, I mean, look at this food. Look at this food from Scam. Being very hunting. He likes his venison.
Yep. And Imperial Age won't be too far off with 32 on food. He just stops production for 3 minutes and he's up. As he's starting to add more and more on to
He
food.
Scam's a boomer.
Yes.
Like he's building military, so I don't. He's not a boomer like Knight, but he's a boomer. I mean, I think otherwise you'd expect what like a workshop or something to get in here.
Yep.
But he's content to boom up. He was content to boom up last game.
Yeah, and I mean this is giving Geo some time here to figure out what he's doing. The stables also feel really weird for Geo because he doesn't really have the number on food to produce out of them consistently here. 20 on food. He's starting to shift on to more and more, and will be a fourth. Nope, this is the third town center coming down in the north. So, night numbers are starting to get pretty nice for Scamaz as well, and he's getting +2 defense on its way now as well.
Yeah,
Eco
I mean
balance looking better and better for both, really.
yeah, it's just a huge Ville lead right now for Scam. And it's pointed out here in chat, like these knights haven't been shown yet, so Geo doesn't know what's coming. and what's coming is 20 knights. If he gets a hole in these walls, which he's not going to the way he's going, he'd be ill-advised to show these knights before he makes a hole. Get some siege, make a hole.
Yeah, he's gonna show it. So knights, you're gonna see. Oh, there's a hole. There's a hole.
Oh, oh no,
Knights are in the
oh
eco.
no. You don't need to make a hole or
Oh,
workshop if there's already a hole. Oh
GG comes
no.
in. Geo falls here, and
Geo. Oh no.
oh, that hole hurts. It's all the
Oh.
walls, everything, and a hole. Oof. GG's. That does suck. I didn't even see it. There was no thought process that I saw that there.
His palisade connected, I think, but not the stone.
Maybe.
Oh, good. Well, yeah, it did. But oh goodness, Geo, I was rooting for you, man. I wanted to see you go through. I'm sorry to see that, but good, well played. Scam. There's some inefficiencies in his play. You know, maybe the winner of Andrew Beck will be able to take advantage of some of that on some water maps.
Yeah, and Scam was never really pressured early. So we haven't really even seen him react to early pressure here. But, I mean, ultimately, being the boomer that he is, taking the game here, I liked that he went on water here. It was very nice to see. I think you can't let him have Mongols moving forward unless you want to face that and you plan for that. Maybe you pick Berbers to counter it even. But, I mean, ultimately, Geo put on a hell of a show, guys. I mean, we're talking about was in the 1200 bracket, joined for the 1400 bracket, makes it all the way to the semifinals, surpassing players that were at the time higher elo than him. Uh,
Yeah, not a performance to be ashamed of by any means. Very well done for Geo. Very well done by Scam. Looking forward to seeing if someone can bring Scam down in the final. It's going to be uh, uh, fun to see the
yep.
last two.
Yeah, and you know the other semifinals set is set to be played on Sunday, so we'll be casting that Sunday, and then we'll be going into the finals. But we are going to update the bracket real quick, guys, just so you guys can see it. If you haven't been along for the ride, don't want to see the spoilers, all that fun stuff, please look away.
Yeah, 100%. It's just you came from the previous bracket and made it up. Came in. Um, maybe that's going to give some of you guys in the next bracket some pause. There's some threats that might come from the lower bracket still.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
not to spoil too much, but I can tell you that quite a few players have signed up for the 1650 bracket. Some faces you know, some faces you've seen, and I'm looking forward to watching them continue through here into the next round. But before that even gets underway, we will have the other semifinal casted, and then we will see what our finals matchup is here. And I can't wait. I think it's going to be a great finale. I think the semifinal between Beck and Andrew is going to be pretty insane as well. Andrew giving a huge Game 5 win in round 4 here, or the quarterfinals. Beck doing an excellent job against DeGost as well, sweeping him out of the tournament. So, cannot wait. It's going to be great to see how this one ends. I hope you guys have enjoyed it thus far. Exorcist, the 1650 deadline is the 13th for signups. The bracket will release on the 14th, as well as the updated timetable for games to be turned in and when the deadlines are for those. And you guys will be free to schedule from the 14th onward. Anything to say to close, Hitch?
it was fun to watch. Fun to watch Geo's rise, and well played. I can't wait to see how the next bracket will come through.
Absolutely. Again, great to see all the progress that you guys have made with some of these maps. Love seeing how things have progressed. Looking forward to seeing how this one ends. This has been a really fun bracket for us. I hope you guys have enjoyed that one. And then we'll be right into the 1650 bracket. So looking forward to it. But until next time, guys, have a good one, and we'll catch you later.